Well, the first series is complete at Raimondi Park for the 2025 season. The Oakland Ballers, 3-3 on this homestand, but some major things to be excited about. We had Too Short, we had Lyricsborn, we had LaRussell, we had Ave, we had J Walt, we had so much fun being back in front of the fans. We're gonna kick off this episode of Bees Cast, the very first one, with the season in play, with a special interview that Too Short and I did from pretty much this exact spot. So enjoy this interview with Too Short, the man himself. He shot a music video here. He did a performance here. He got in the crowd with the fans. It was awesome. So check out Too Short and myself. And then later, we're gonna have a special conversation with the walk-off knockout hero, Tremayne Cobb Jr. with Nevada Cullen. And then we're gonna recap this first series. What do we need to know about Ballers baseball after just 6 games? Bees Cast, sponsored by Fieldwork. Let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Raimondi Park. We got Too Short in the house right here. What a performance, that was awesome. Short, I know you've done a lot of amazing things in your career, but being able to bring OSA here, being able to bring Cassim here, being able to lift up the youth, perform a brand new song, I gotta imagine that's pretty memorable here at this ballpark, right?
Well, you know, I always stand up for Oakland, and Oakland always stands up for me. It's just another opportunity to just, connect. And I really wanted to do this for the kids, you know? I did not want to present the song without having kids from Oakland around me. So today was perfect, man. I thank y'all for making this happen, you know?
Yeah, and that song, it really has a roses rising out of the concrete vibe to it. So, can you tell me a little bit about your inspiration for it? Because a lot of these people just heard it for the first time. That was like the world premiere for people in this ballpark.
I mean, it's something that I really feel strongly about. I'm not really trying to save the world. I'm just trying to save the kids, you know?
Yeah.
Give them a chance. A chance.
For sure. Now, I know you're a hip-hop superstar, you're an entrepreneur, you're an Oakland Ballers owner, you got the custom jacket. Now, only a few people have these jackets, but let's talk really quick, Short. How did you come into contact with the Ballers, and what do you love about this experience and the vibes that we're bringing to this community in West Oakland?
Well, me, just like a lot of people from Oakland, I was very affected by losing our teams.
Yep.
The Warriors moved, the Raiders moved, the A's moved. And this is a sports-loving town. We, from way back, I just remember loving sports, loving the teams that played in Oakland, and this is the perfect opportunity to continue to be sports fans with our soccer team, and now our baseball team, and we ain't going nowhere, man. The Oakland Ballers are here to stay. That's what I'm saying.
So what I noticed, we did lose some of our teams. We don't have to talk about that, but what we didn't lose is the ability for all of us to get together and enjoy these games together right here. And so when you hear that first "Let's Go Oakland" chant tonight, how's that gonna make you feel?
Hey man, we here, man. I'm just saying we here. I'm a real sports fan, so I will be following everything the team does, and I hope that the fan base grows, and I hope that everybody around the Bay, especially Oakland, finds out about the Ballers. And the apparel is really dope. How dope is the Oakland Ballers apparel? So, you'll be seeing me on TV with my Baller hats, shirts, hoodies. Keep them coming. I want that one too right there, the one she's wearing. I want that Oakland Ballers shirt, the hoodie right there.
We'll stop at the merch booth for you right after this. Yeah, shout out Oaklandish though, by the way. They make all of our merch. Oaklandish, you do an amazing job with that merch. Hey, I gotta ask you though, June 20th, Fox Theater. This was like a small sample, but you got something coming up called The Function. Can you tell me a little bit about The Function?
The Function is a concert that will be at the Fox in Oakland, June 20th. It'll be myself, DJ Quick, and Scarface. And a lot of other people will be on the show. And we're actually going to get out there with the live band and just funk it out, man. It's gonna be a good night. If you can make it, make sure you come to the Fox on June 20th. You will not be disappointed. Let's go, Oakland!
So yeah, we had Too Short in the house at Raimondi Park, performing, doing a music video, 100 OSA students from Castlemont. It was just a complete vibe, and honestly, like one of the coolest moments of my career, just being able to stand there with a packed house and talk to Too Short. I mean, what did you think of that?
I think getting to hear Blow the Whistle before every home game last year, and then fast forward 1 year later, the second year of the existence of the Ballers, and Too Short is an owner of the ball club, and he performs Blow the Whistle live in front of a Raimondi Park audience. Just unbelievable. Like, it was a surreal moment, and he rocked the house.
You know who loved it? Luke Short.
Yeah.
At one point, I put my camera in Luke Short's face, and I was like, Luke Short, Too Short, Luke Short, Too Short, Luke Short, Luke Short, Too Short's on the field. Wait, you're Luke Short, and Too Short's over there.
That's Onk right there.
So that was awesome. Career goals, like I said, but that was not my favorite moment of this homestand. My favorite moment of this homestand came right on opening day as the Ballers rallied, they tied it up. We all came out here. We see Tremayne Cobb, he's got the bat, he's getting ready to go, and he delivers in the knockout round, and everybody just goes absolutely ballistic. And I mean, I can't even imagine a cooler moment for opening day for the Ballers with the packed house here.
There's nothing like experiencing your first knockout round. I'm glad we initiated you, Casey.
Yes.
It is just something else, and it takes a certain kind of clutch to step up and hit a home run in front of, a packed house. Especially, the pressure was on, and Ogden didn't get one, but Tremayne Cobb, all he needed was one, and he got it, and man, it was a special moment.
All right, so I know you caught up with Tremayne Cobb the day after that happened. Let's hear that interview right now on Bees Cast, sponsored by Fieldwork. Welcome back to Bees Cast. I'm Nevada Cullen here, now joined by Tremaine Cobb Jr., shortstop for the Oakland Ballers. He's been hitting leadoff in this opening series against Ogden. Trey, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Man, to be here.
Yeah, good to have you. How you've been liking Oakland so far? This is obviously a new place for you, and man, what a atmosphere it's been for this opening week.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it here. I mean, just moving out here, being by the bay. I mean, the weather's really good. The fans are good. I mean, it's been packed out every game I've been here. I mean, the fans have really been supportive, even when we've been up and down. I mean, they haven't really stopped supporting us. So, I mean, I loved it out here so far.
Yeah, I mean, we're both East Coast guys. You're what, Georgia?
Maryland.
Oh, Upper Marlboro.
Yeah.
My apologies. Anyway, still East Coast. So, it gets a little warm in there in the summer, I bet, right?
Yeah, it does. But it doesn't start getting warm until about like late April. Like we have like our days where it gets warm, but it's mostly cold for most part. I can't lie.
Yeah. Hey, Trey, one thing I've noticed about you so far is your personality on the field. So let's rewind a bit to Tuesday, opening night, and I want to hit that knockout round right away because obviously you had an awesome game. But I think what the fans notice is, you hit that one home run. That's all you needed on your first swing, and then you ran around Raimondi Park with your hand on your ear like that. So I'm like, did I do it right? I don't know. Like, let me hear you. And you hyped up this crowd and sent them home with a memory they'll never forget. How do you use your emotion and that energy as part of your game?
Yeah. Funny story is actually I didn't even know I was gonna do it. I thought it was gonna be Cam. And then Aaron looked at me, he was like, you're doing it. I was like, for real? I asked him again. I was like, are you sure I'm doing it? He was like, yeah. I was like, all right, bet. And then so then I went up there. Once he didn't hit none, I knew it was over. I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, all they do is poke one out the left. It's like 312. I already knew it was over. And like I didn't even plan on what I was gonna do when I hit it. It was all just natural, but like I like getting the crowd involved. So and then it was natural reaction. I started running this way, then I got on the knee, went like this. And it's just cool to get the crowd into it, but just because, I mean, they're here to watch us play. They're here to support us. So the much I can get them involved, the better for us, in my opinion.
At what point did your shirt come off in that celebration?
When I got drenched with water.
Oh, okay.
Funny thing is, I hate getting wet. Like, I really don't be going in the pool or like in the beach water. Like,
Same
I hate
here.
getting wet. So when they did that, I was about to sit there in my drenched clothes, so I just took it off. So I wouldn't, and it was cold too. So I didn't want to sit with wet clothes on in the cold.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's what you go to the beach in Maryland, that's Atlantic Ocean water. That's not warm.
Yeah, I don't really like getting in all that. No, I'm good.
No.
Yeah.
But I'd say the reason, you know why Aaron turned you in that moment in the knockout round. You went 5 for 5.
Right.
Fun fact, I don't know if you know this, Austin Davis last year, Oakland Ballers, their first ever game, he went 5 for 6. So I guess you one-upped him. You never got out.
Yeah.
But how did it feel going 5 for 5 in your pro debut?
It felt great. I mean, I was seeing the ball well. I'm still seeing the ball well now. I mean, I just don't try to overcomplicate things while I'm up there. Just try to relax. I don't think about anything while I'm up to the box. Just see ball, hit ball. If it comes over the white plate, most of the time I'm swinging. So I mean, I just don't. Just try to stay within myself and not try to do too much.
Yeah. You played in the MLB Draft League before this. For those that don't know what the MLB Draft League is, you play in it after college. You can actually play in it during college, and there's an amateur part and there's a pro part. But basically, the Pioneer League and a lot of other leagues, major leagues, pull from the draft league because there's a lot of top talent that goes and plays there. So how do you feel like that experience with Frederick, batting leadoff for them, helped prepare you for the pros?
I mean, it was good. It was very good competition. It was cool because I also got to play against a lot of guys I literally just faced in college. I mean, we had good coaches. I mean, Jock Jones, former major leaguer, was our head coach. Malik Blaze right now, who works in the minor leagues. I mean, I was able to get good teaching from them for a couple months to really up my game. I learned a lot of hitting stuff from Jock, a lot of fielding stuff, a lot of approach stuff. So just having those big league guys around to teach us was probably a big part of how I became the player I am right now.
Yeah. And you were teammates with Bugs there.
Yes.
What was that like, saying, all right, now we get to play with each other again here in Oakland?
It was cool. I mean, me and Bugs are pretty close. We also played against each other in college because he went to University of Alabama, Birmingham, when I went to Troy, which is both in Alabama. So I was able to play him on midweeks. And he's also now my roommate up here. So we've also just built a close connection from there to here. So it's just cool to keep on playing with him in my pro career.
Yeah. What's the vibe like in the clubhouse? Early in the formation of this offense, this team, it's the only second year, so everyone's still gelling, but these pitchers have mainly been together for now 2 years. But, you're still in the early days, the infancy of gelling as an offensive group. How do you think you guys are getting on?
I think we're doing good. I mean, we're still trying to learn each other's tendencies, whether it's in the field or in the box. So we're all giving each other advice on what we see is going on, whether what we see from the pitchers, what we see in our swing. So it's kind of cool from spring training to now, how we've moved as a team and how we started to gel together. We started hanging around outside the clubhouse, outside the field more. So just doing all that is going to help us be better moving on.
Again, talking with Tremayne Cobb Jr., who's been hitting leadoff for the Ballers, playing shortstop, product of Upper Marlboro, Maryland. It's a tough one to pronounce when you're not from there. But appreciate you joining us here on Bees Cast. So, season has gotten off to a great start with you. Yeah, at this point, when we're recording, a little peek behind the curtain for you on Bees Cast. We're just 3 games in, but 3 multi-hit games for you. So how does it feel to not only go 5 for 5 in that opener, but then to follow that up with a couple good performances, be like, okay, you know what, that wasn't just a fluke. I got this. I know who I am.
I mean, it's good. I mean, I've done a lot of hard work, so when results come, I just act like it's just another game. Because when you put in a bunch of hard work, I'm not saying you expect these things to happen, but when it does happen, it's where it came from. It's from the hard work. So I'm just gonna keep grinding, keep putting extra work, and just hope the chips fall where they may.
5 for 5 in the opener, won the knockout round. You've never done. What was it like participating in a knockout round? It's Pioneer League. You got these weird rules you got to get used to. Yeah. What was it like getting to do a home run derby basically to win the game for your team?
I mean, it was very cool. I mean, just to see the team hype me up beforehand. I mean, just to hear the crowd yell just right before I came up, like just the vibes that were coming up in the ballpark was very high. And it was just probably one of the best things I've ever been a part of.
Yeah. What was it like in front of this atmosphere? I mean, Raimondi, like few teams in this league really do it with like these Oakland fans do.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I played in front of some big fans before. I mean, I got to play in a regional. It was sold out at the University of Alabama. So I don't really get like nervous in times like this because I've been there before. Yeah. So I'm glad I've been able to been prepared for moments like this where I don't get nervous and I just go to the play and do what I do.
Casey Pratt, who you've heard from on this podcast, if you're watching, was telling me about something you said on one of the TV segments the other day, saying, I don't know, how did I end up in Oakland? I asked myself the same thing. We're both, again, East Coast guys. What is it like to just be on the other side of the country and, figure out life out here now?
It's cool. I mean, I'm living on my own. You know, not really with your parents. They ain't helping you out for real. I mean, you know, it's grown man stuff. I mean, I'm out here so I can, you know, support myself, support the people back home. I mean, it's just a grind, man. I mean, but this is what I love to do. So, I mean, I come out here every day, put my work in, go home, and it's just a repeating cycle every day.
Anything, you know, when you figure out you're going out here to Oakland that you're like, oh, I want to go do that. I want to, or maybe anything you've discovered, whether it's, you know, some food, some things to go do with your guys that you've found so far.
I want to go to a Giants game.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to see that park, so that's definitely on the top of my list right now.
Hey, Bay Area baseball hits different. Look, you know, Coliseum, I got to go, thankfully, last year and watch a game there. It was a really fun experience in its last season, and I have been to Oracle now a few times, and man, woo, it is just it's the most gorgeous view in baseball, I think.
Yeah, so I'm excited to go. I don't know when I'm going to go, but I will go before the season's over.
You got a Major League team?
I'm a Yankees fan.
Yankees fan. Okay,
Yeah,
so you've been to Yankee Stadium?
A bunch of times.
Oh,
A bunch
man.
of times. I love it over there. It's one of the best stadiums I've ever been to.
I think there's, maybe I'm wrong, some debate about old Yankee, new Yankee Stadium. Did you ever get to go to the old Yankee Stadium?
I like the new Yankee Stadium better.
Yeah?
I mean, the old stadium definitely has, I mean, the vibes. You know, it's classic, but I think the new stadium just looks better overall.
Favorite baseball player growing up?
I mean, growing up it was Derek Jeter, but
Yep.
like now it's probably Jazz Chisholm or Fernando Tatis. And they
Ooh.
bring a different from a flair to the game that I think baseball needs, and like it needs to move forward on. Just get that old head baseball
Yeah.
stuff out of here. I ain't with all that.
Yeah.
Baseball needs flair, it needs bat flips, it needs all that cool stuff, the cool drip, it needs all that. So all that old head stuff needs to be out of here.
I love it. I love it. Get on your soapbox and preach that good word, because I love Jazz. I love Fernando. I mean, hey, don't log into anything, but my password is Fernando Tatis Jr. 23.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you what the special characters are, but like I'm right there with you. I'm also glad you brought up bat flips, because you had a big bat flip after that home run. So you know you like bat flips, but are you a bat flip guy, or does it just need to be the right moment for one?
It needs to be, I mean, I don't care when you bat flip. You can bat flip. I don't care if you're down 10. I don't care what you do, because if somebody get mad at you, that's not really my problem. Because I mean, if you don't want me to bat flip, don't throw it down the middle. I mean, I ain't gonna say nothing if you strike me out and you scream on the mound. So I feel as though you shouldn't say anything and I'm bat flip. I mean, as long as it's not disrespectful, you don't flip it, stare at them, you know. But like if you just bat flip, run around the base, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah. We had some big ones last year from Dante Stewart, who he's cousins with Jazz actually.
Okay.
So hey, we needed that. There was a hole when he went to the American Association. Now you were here to fill it, bring those big bat flips. So that was a nice flip. What's your is that your favorite bat flip you've ever done? What do you? What's the highest you've ever tossed it?
Well, I never tossed like that, but it was a conference tournament game versus App State. It was game time home run in the 9th. I started running the first. I turned to our dugout at third base, and I just threw it at him. I actually almost got ejected because we're not allowed to bat flip in the conference tournament.
Oh,
so I
no.
was pleading with the umpires not to eject me, and luckily they didn't.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I'm
There
glad-
was no malicious intent.
No. I wouldn't think there was. I'm glad those umps passed the vibe check.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Well, Trey, we appreciate the energy you bring to the ballpark, and I think I speak for all Ballers fans when I say that we're excited to see what you do the rest of the year.
Yeah, thanks. Go Ballers.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on, Trey. Hey, podcast will continue. Thanks for watching our interview with Trey, and I'm sure you'll hear from him later this season.
Yes, sir.
Like I said in the intro, me and Nevada sitting here on the field right after the last game of the first series of the 2025 Baller season. We're 3-3 right now. A lot to take in here, a lot to be happy about, maybe some things to fix. But Nevada, what is your overall impression just coming fresh off this first series?
Yeah, well, if you just watched the interview, the sit down with Trey Cobb, that was midway through the series, and I'm like, I don't know if he can keep this going. Well, it turns out he did. He ended up with 5 multi-hit games, and that was just a sign of the Ballers offense, because it wasn't just Cobb. Everyone really pitched in throughout the series. It was a tough loss, no doubt, on Sunday. But this offense last year, Casey, was one of the worst ones in the league. Paired with a great pitching staff, it still made the playoffs and was a fantastic team. They got the key hits when it mattered last year. They had some really good hitters, but offensively, the stats just weren't there. But this year, they entered Sunday with being a top 5 offense in the Pioneer League. And this is a league that scores a lot of runs, but with that 16-run performance on Friday, I think that really took the cake. A lot of lefties going oppo. I know we've got home plate right behind us, and left field, that wall not too much further away, and they were going yard just left and right. Marcus Titiali'i had a big series, a grand slam, and had a huge game in the Saturday win. But then I think of Davis Druick, I think of Christian Almanza, and I think of Lou Helmick. Those three lefties in the middle of the lineup really provided some pop this week.
Yeah, and I think I could go down the list here. I mean, I want to talk to you about Titiali'i. I want to talk to you about Almanza. I feel like these guys are really hitting their stride, but I cannot possibly do all that before we talk about what Reed Butts did in his start. And I mean, to come out, start the season the way he did, to do it so crisp too. I mean, like, I'm in the crowd trying to get all the activations ready, and like, we're frantically running, trying to find guests and set him up because he was getting out so quickly. We didn't have time to even set up the in-game entertainment. So like, what did you see from Reed? I know that you've done an episode with him. I've spoken with him a lot. I've seen his videos in the off season. He looks like he really put the work in, and to come out in his first start of the year and do what he did, that's such a good sign.
It is. And for those that haven't seen my interview with Reed Butts, they might not know the background, but he's been in this league. This is his third year, his second year with the Ballers. And last year, Casey, he was good. He had a good season. He had some really promising performances. But for him to come out in the first start of the season and do what he did is just incredible. 7 innings. He had never pitched 7 before as a pro. Wow. So that's really hard to do in this league, is work through 7 innings just with these really good offenses. And then he did it with just a handful of strikeouts. He wasn't striking batters out left and right, wasn't getting a ton of swings and misses. But what he was doing was taking the fastball, putting it on the outside corner, putting it on the inside corner. Outside corner, inside corner, in and out, and that repetition is what helped Reed to just dominate. He only allowed a few hits. He only walked 1 batter, and when you're having quick innings like that, the reality is Reed only threw 70 pitches. If we're in July,
he's
Reed's going the distance. Yeah, absolutely. And so, awesome job by the lefty, Reed Butts.
Yeah, and I personally have spent so many hours of my life watching baseball. I know you have too. So I really appreciate when I look at the game time and I'm like, wow, 2 hours, 8 minutes? Was that it, 2:08?
It was 2:08.
I mean, that's insane.
By far the shortest game of the series.
Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of those in the Pioneer League either. So that was really cool. Let's bounce back to the hitters real quickly. You mentioned Titiali'i. I know that this is a guy that was the single season home run leader at his university. He was the single season stolen base leader at his university. He's a guy that has a ton of tools, and I think that he's becoming a fan favorite quickly. This is really funny, but I ran into Alameda County Supervisor Nikki Fortunato Boss, and she was like, "Where's Marcus Titiali'i? I need to get his autograph." And she just missed him as he came up. But when you have like county supervisors showing up and like begging for your autograph, I think that's a really cool sign that Marcus is here.
Yeah, and the interesting thing with Marcus is that he started really slow. So he looked really uncomfortable the first couple games that he played. But then all of a sudden he gets that late grand slam in the Friday win, and then on Saturday he just does it again. Another home run. He drove in 4 more, and I think to see him settle in quickly, similar to what we have seen with Christian Almanza, is a promising sign. It's your first professional game. It's not always going to go the way you planned. Not everyone's going to pull a Tremaine Cobb and go 5 for 5. Yeah. So for Marcus to do that and to have the performance that he did with that 4 RBI game on Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Night, that was amazing, and he shouted out the crowd.
I'm getting real comfortable here. I love this team. I love the fan base. Shout out to all my Asians and Pacific Islanders. You know, I had to put on for y'all today.
It was a really sweet moment, and he really put on for them.
Yeah, and I gotta say, like, that day was really cool for me too. Again, Lyrics Born shows up, performs, stays for the entire game. I did all my things. I did all my post-production meetings. I was walking to the car. I got stopped and had to do a TV interview from Cron. And then I saw Lyrics Born even after all of that. I was like, dude, his whole family like didn't want to go home. They had so much fun. And I think that's just the great example of the community we're building here with the Oakland Ballers. And yeah, it's been a long first homestand. Like we got some games to go. It was our first series. I'm wearing my sunglasses because my eyes are probably so red from not sleeping and getting this going. But I just think that the last thing I want to talk about too is just the way that I'm seeing so many of these players' families in the crowd. and how like they're so happy to like run up to us and introduce themselves. And I know they're watching Beescast and they're just really enjoying all the snippets that we're getting out online. Shout out Ben. And yeah, so I feel like that we're really creating something. They're invested in this, they're invested in the team. And I got a little tip that Christian Almanza, his nickname is Baby Giraffe.
Ooh.
And I think we're taking that from Brandon Belt now.
Okay.
Dude, Dylan Tatum's birthday, and then Almanza has his spikes on and he's trying to catch him and like get the pie and the cake in the face. I mean,
A
man.
great moment that was on Saturday. Dylan didn't play, but man, did he have to work, be athletic, because he was dodging that cake from Christian Almanza. And then eventually he took the cake like a man, and all he could say was, "It's in my nostrils."
It's in my nostrils. Same thing Brian said after the cake, after the Battle of the Bay game. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here because we have a lot more to do. But yes, day off for the Ballers, and then a big series coming up. We're gonna have a lot more fun here at Raimondi Park, a lot more packed crowds. What is your thing that you're most excited for as we take on the Grand Junction Jackalopes?
I think I'm excited to see more great plays, and I think it's time to take a look at some of our plays of the week. Hit it.
I do have it now. The 2-2 on its way again. Swung on, hit the center field fairly deep. O'Hara back. He's at the track. He will leap, and he will make an outstanding catch. Crashing into the AC Transit sign and robbing Mize of extra bases.
Pitch. Druick swings, lifts one, high and deep left field. A cloud scraper for Davis Druick to open the scoring here in the first. One more 1-2. Almanza pokes it, left field, pretty deep. Does this have a chance? No, but it's off the wall. Almanza sliding into second, wildly, but with a 5 RBI game.
Apparently good job by De La Cruz to
TTLE tees off, right field, sending Oyama to the track, and he can only watch it fly.
Harris down the line, deep, and the Ballers have walked it off on opening night. Cobb Jr., 5 hits, and the knockout round winner. Oh, man.
Well, Casey, I think I'm excited to see some other hitters kind of have their coming out party. Cam Buford is one, going through a little bit of an injury. He was able to play on Sunday, but I think he could have a big week against Grand Junction, and he's just one of the several names. I think that this lineup has a bunch of guys who, we haven't really seen a bunch of the righties yet. Yeah, they're big guys. They're home run kings at their respective colleges.
Exactly. We got some big boys.
And I'm excited to see ZSP bounce back. He had a really nice relief outing after a tough start in his opening start of the season. I think Zach St. Pierre turns it around in week 2, and I'm excited to see a new opponent. It's always fun to see new teams, and I haven't seen the Grand Junction Jackalopes play the Oakland Ballers yet.
Yeah, and we had not seen the Raptors play the Oakland Ballers either, so we're doing all that right now this year. All right, let's wrap it up. As always, don't forget, like, subscribe, leave us comments, leave us questions. Always check us out on Beescast, sponsored by Fieldwork. We have so much more to go. This is just the beginning. All right, Nevada. Good first series, 3-3. We're going to keep going.
Yep. Go Ballers.